Hello everyone, my name is Stephen Kling, and today I will be demonstrating on how to tie a tie. I'm qualified to speak on this because I usually wear ties to occasions that call for dressing up, and not only have I researched, but I've also practiced. I know most people here don't usually wear ties or don't really know how to tie a tie, so this demonstration will be a great resource to have in your back pocket. Looking good isn't self-importance, it's self-respect. This quote by Charlie Hicks really encapsulates of knowing how to dress well, and for us men, it's knowing how to tie a tie. According to correlated.org, only 67% of people knew how to tie a tie, and this was only surveyed out of 550 people. As we start to get older, we start to find ourselves dressing up more, whether it's going out, going to weddings, going to other occasions. And for us high schoolers and seniors, we have prom and homecoming that is upcoming, which means most people there will be wearing ties. Sometimes it takes people too much time to tie a tie, when it should really only be taking us maybe a few minutes at most. So by learning on how to tie a tie, it will save you, yourself, and your friend maybe a bunch of time. For example, my friend and myself were going out, and he didn't know how to tie his tie. So instead of him going and Googling it and taking all this time just trying to figure this out, I just did it for him, and it saved us a whole bunch of time, which allowed us to go straight into this occasion. So for this demonstration, we are going to need a tie, something like what I have here. And for this demonstration, I'm wearing a collared shirt because when we wear ties, we usually wear a collared shirt. When we tie a tie, or when we're going to wear a tie, we like to have our top button buttoned. So we're going to start by moving this up. So when we look at our tie, there's two sides. There's a side with a seam, and there's a side that is smooth. For this demonstration, and when you tie a tie, you want the seam side to be on your shirt or facing you. So before we put this around our neck, we want to have the thick side in our right hand or your dominant hand, and then the thin side in your other hand. So before we start to tie a tie, most people think that these two sides should be lined up and balanced or evened out, but that is actually way far from the truth. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the shorter side up a little bit more than halfway, or a little farther down than halfway, like I have here. And we are going to now take the thicker side in our dominant hand. For me, it's my right hand. And we're going to cross it over the thinner side, like so. So we create that X. So now we're going to take that thick side again and go under that. And for this step, we need to pay attention carefully because this is very important. We are going to take our pointer finger and we're going to put it over this part right here, holding it there, which will create a gap for this next step. So now we're going to take it and go over. We're going to push it through and pull it through. And keep in mind while we're doing this, guys, you want to keep this tie and stuff tight, so at the end it's not super loose and messy, and then you're just going to have to do it all over again. So now we're going to take this, go under a little bit, and now we're going to go up and through that hole that we created. We're going to pull it tight. So now we're going to come back to that step where I told you guys to keep your pointer finger there. So now this is where we're going to take our thicker side and we're going to put it through that hole that we made. Pull it through, pull it tight, and we created that knot, as we can see. So to adjust it, we're going to have this one hand on the thin side and then one hand on the knot. And what we're going to do is we're just going to simply just push up like so, all the way up to our neck. Don't make it too tight yet. So now we're going to move our collar down. And now we are going to make our final adjustments. So we're just going to pull up a little bit, adjust it, move it to make it more presentable and more comfortable for us. Keep in mind that while we're tying a tie, this may not take your first time to be able to figure this out. It might take many times. Practice makes progress, not perfection, but progress. To conclude, knowing how to dress well, which includes wearing a tie, is often a powerful skill to have because By being well dressed, it can be a determining factor in your life. For example, like job interviews, dates, and speeches, like I'm doing today. And being well dressed will often be the determining factor of how things will play in your favor. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, practice makes progress, not perfection. Thank you.